Welcome, everyone, to the Let's Talk Movie podcast. And today we are talking about Wake Up, Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. We're also going to brush on some other things because we are going into the holidays. As this comes out, we will be 3 days away from Christmas. What are you excited for? What did you ask good old Santa Claus for Christmas? And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. I hope you enjoy your holiday. Hope you spend it with all the people that you love and care about so deeply. But today, let's talk movie. So, we got some important movies this week. We have, from what I've heard, Marty Subpar. Get it? Marty Supreme Christmas Day, Marty Supreme Christmas Day, Marty Supreme Christmas Day, and then Avatar, Fire and Ass. I will be so outspoken for the Avatar movies. I was in the minority in the beginning that didn't like him, didn't like the second one. Here we are at a third. Like, why are we still doing this? I get it. Visually, this is a feast for any film junkie. And look, I'm a movie guy. But sometimes there's just things that you don't like in movies. And Avatar for me is one of them. Like I said, I could be in the minority, but I'm still going to talk about it. And yes, I will see Avatar Fire and Ass. There are some speculations with that, though. And I'm going to touch on it briefly because I have something in the pipeline. But there was a leaked Avengers Doomsday trailer. And people are not happy about it. And I'm one of them. I don't know where this is going. Marvel, it's happening. The last 6 years, nothing now. But we'll digress on that for now. Fire and Ass, and that's exactly what I'll probably call it when I actually review this movie. But why are we still asking for this? If it's just a visual feast with nothing else to really give a damn about, what are we doing? It's my big confusion when it comes to studios. If things aren't working, if people are practically voicing their opinions tirelessly, without end, to tell you, hey, this sucks. Why are they like, you know what? We got the sequel coming out in 2 years. Who's like, oh, that you know what? That solves it all. I'm good. Thank you, James Cameron. Salud. Who put you on the planet to make that kind of assumption? This is not good. We're not okay. And then there's Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme, I'm going to watch. I'm going to review. But I was talking to my buddy James the other day, and I told him, honestly, I'm not too hyped to see this. And I think a lot of people, I think this also kind of goes into what we've been talking about in the past couple episodes with Netflix and Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery. There's going to be times where you do not feel like paying to see a movie. And for me, Marty Supreme kind of feels like one of those. Fire and Ass as well. But Marty Supreme is emphasized a little more on this point because I thought it was a movie that I would thoroughly enjoy. But I still could. I don't want to rule it out. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. As for Avatar, it doesn't get any benefit. Still hate you. We'll probably hate you for the rest of this saga because I think they greenlit 5 movies. What do we do? It's not good to get this tight, this worked up on this stuff when I'm feeling a little under the weather. But you know what they say? The show has to keep going. We have to keep talking movie. So I saw Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. This is Knives Out 3. I loved it. And I could be biased because I do like these movies a lot. Trust me when I tell you. I liked, I loved Knives Out 1. I thought the cast was stellar. The Who Done It was done practically perfect. And it was just like the color was there, the shots, the pacing, all of it was that was like probably a near 5 for me, like a near perfect movie. Knives Out 2, I felt like dipped a little bit in terms of casting. The Who Done It was still pretty good. But like I said, the casting was really like the ultimate deterrent here. Knives Out 3 brought the casting back up. There was a little bit of a lack when it came to the Who Done It. And if you're new to the Let's Talk Movie podcast, we do talk about spoilers. So there are spoilers in 3, 2, 1. With Martha being the one who did it. And if you didn't want any spoilers and you're still here, the card is up top. But I had a feeling from the first time we really interacted with the flock that she was the one who killed Monsignor Wicks. And I just couldn't prove it. So I was like, you know what? Just like any other movie, when you have those suspicions, when you have those feelings, you're like, you know what? Let me put it in the back pocket, save it for later. And like I said, they improved on the casting because you had people like Andrew Scott, Kerry Washington, Josh Brolin, Josh O'Connor. Crazy how there were 2 Joshes. Jeremy Renner, Glenn Close, Noah Segan came back, Daniel Craig. I mean, come on. And then Mila Kunis too. So, Thomas Hayden Church. Can't rule him out too. Brother Samson. All of that was just done so well to me. The pacing, I don't know if your boy was just like within this feeling of being under the weather, but there was a little chunk in Act 2 that felt like it was a little slow. I was kind of losing the story here, losing as to who actually done it. But then it picked back up when they actually put it all together as to who actually did it. And I liked it. I thought Josh O'Connor, I think this was one of my first times seeing him in a feature film. He was actually really good. I didn't know what to expect out of his performance, but him and then his dynamic with Daniel Craig's Benoit Blanc, so good. Benoit Blanc is just one of those characters that you absolutely love to see in every installment. You know, his accent is so soothing to the ear. And his freaking one-liners, he's like, "Oh, Monsignor Jalapeno, go to town, Father Brown." It it just, you can't help but crack up. You can't help but lose yourself in this whole like experience of who actually did it, who actually committed the crime. And sometimes when you hear the banter going on between Blanc and Father Judd, you almost forget like, oh, okay, are we trying to figure out a murder, or are we just like, what's better than this? Guys being dudes. So I feel like having that dynamic play out in the movie is just such a great tension breaker, such a great escape into the movie. So good job, Ryan Johnson. And this is the other thing too, because Ryan Johnson, director of Last Jedi. Was it Last Jedi? Oh yeah, because the 9th one is Rise of Skywalker. The thing with Ryan Johnson, he makes that, and look, a lot of people have justified, defended, and even seen the light out of what came of The Last Jedi. Some people still holding that grudge. And I feel like I do somewhat, but I think every artist, whether it be a director, a musician, a painter, a content creator, I think everyone has their niche. Everyone has that groove where they can really excel. And this is where Ryan Johnson really excels. Here you see his masterful genius when it comes to all of the steps of who done it. And this is why I love seeing these movies multiple times, because you can see different things in each watch. Even when you know how it's going to go down, you still pick up on little things. Like I saw that there was a Joseph Gordon-Levitt cameo, but I saw that after I watched it the first time. And then I watched it back and I was like, there he is. Did you find the cameo? Let me know in the comments below. But even like little pieces that you didn't see on the first watch or the second watch, maybe, just maybe, you'll catch it on the third. And what I love about the way Rian Johnson shoots these is that you can already see or feel the intention. At least I do. And I'm like, okay, this is an important scene to remember because he squinted a little too much. That person slipped on their wine, and then this person is lying because they were looking up at the ceiling, then down at themselves. Little things like that. But then on your other watch, you could be like, okay, but that guy's tie was loose. This guy's glasses were sweating. And then this person's left shoe was just gone. Where's the shoe? Little things like that, to me, add so much brownie points to the entire like drawing board. Because to have that much variety, have that much thought-provoking and immense immersion into the movie, into the whodunit, into the game of it, is beautiful to me. You're telling me that you'd rather just like have everything just, oh, yay, good movie. No. Use your friggin' noggin a little bit. You know who else does movies that are like kind of similar in terms of the way it's shot, but still intentionally have things that can be referenced in the past? Edgar Wright, another one of my favorite directors. But let's stick with Rian Johnson here, because I feel like Knives Out 1, 2, and 3, he has been consistent. I have loved nearly every installment. I liked Glass Onion, but I don't think I loved it. I could love it if maybe I watched it again and now have a different perspective on it. Hey, maybe I'll watch it tonight. Hey, let's talk movie. But Wake Up Dead Man was good, was solid. And I loved it because Father Judd was good. Monsignor Wicks, played by Josh Brolin. And the cast, I felt like they were tied, but they weren't. Only one or two of them had ties. And then they had like their sub-cliques. And yes, there were sub-cliques sort of with Knives Out 1, sub-cliques with Knives Out 2. But it felt like these people stood more independently of each other versus other installments, if that all makes sense. But I gotta say, Daniel Craig with long hair and his Mississippi accent, now he's like, it makes me wonder, like, how many more of these are we thinking of making? Because I mean, look, you got a fan right here. I'll have another. Jepson's Malort. Because obviously everyone wants to beg the question, when are these whodunits going to find a punchline? When are they going to find an ending? Honestly, I don't care. I don't care if there's not an ending. Keep these going, and they're not hurting anybody, and they're still doing good. I think the only problem a lot of people have is the whole Netflix dilemma. And for a lot of people, yeah, it's convenient. You just load up Netflix, and then you could just watch it right at home. You can cook us some dinner and then sit down in your chair. There's the movie. Not like you have to pay 20 something dollars to go to the theater, pay for snacks, probably another 20, $30, sit in the theater, and then drive back. Hey, you need some gas? Just saying. Those are all things that have a factor into the entire movie experience. And I mean, this movie wasn't even out for a weekend. I don't know. I love the fact because I think the first Knives Out I went in theaters and saw, and then Glass Onion and Wake Up Dead Man were straight to Netflix pretty much. Like I said, they did have their time where they were in theaters, and that's where my confusion goes in. If you're going to put it same day on your streaming platform, because this happened with Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends, it happened to one of those as well. But why would you even bother putting it out same day in theaters as you're doing on streaming? To me, that doesn't make sense because anybody with a brain is like, oh, okay, I don't have to go out. Cool. Ba-bum. Where's the logic in that? I feel like you're just trying to get like an extra buck as like a just in case no one has Netflix. But the only people that don't have Netflix are the people that you don't let share a freaking account with. Because what, you gotta update your household, update your household. I freaking hate that. And I've been dealing with it. Because I share my account. I have no problem doing it because hey, everybody's gotta eat. But no, Netflix is like, you know what? The main holder of the account, the main holder of the household has to have an account. And that's it. No one else. Nobody else eats except for the account holder. Yay. Screw you, buddy. I want to watch Netflix. I want my family to watch Netflix. I want my cousin down the street to watch Netflix. I don't care. Netflix is like, we don't like that. We want to grab all the money out of you. I'm like, stop. It's the holidays. Moral of the story. I think they like have this weird loophole where you can add extra members, but you pay for each extra member. I'm like, on a scale of 1 to out of your mind, you're out of your mind, G. You want me to pay you more money for this? No. And this is why I'm saying, like, piracy became a lot of people's best freaking bud. And it sucks. Because everyone now has to find the eagles. And look, does it work? Hell yeah. But everything's just down bad right now, guys. Movies kind of. Well, I mean, Wake Up Dead Man was good. Movies are okay. Movies are all right. The movie theater experience, though, it's bad. But everything else in the world, hey, may not look good, but what we can do right now is do our best to enjoy the holidays. And that's it. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing. That's all. Because think about it this way. When you're watching the holiday movies, for instance, a lot of people like to call Die Hard a Christmas movie. I don't remember the last time I saw Die Hard. Where would I go? Veto what I just did motion-wise if you're watching on YouTube. Or watching on Spotify, because you could switch to video if you didn't know. And we're also on Apple Podcasts. But I don't really know what to call it. But everybody goes through stuff during the holidays. It's difficult. It can be frustrating, infuriating even, aggravating. But I think the best moments are when you're with your loved ones, wrapping up presents, opening presents. You know what I've seen a lot on TikTok? A lot of like Christmas games. Like people have family Christmas games. I thought that was cool. My family's not really much of of a Christmas game is very like traditional, which I love. I love just like being with everybody, connecting, having food, and then we out, you know? But movie wise, what's what's like a go-to Christmas movie? And I do not, I do not want to hear Elf, the National Lampoons. Don't give me the basics. I want the deep cuts. It's a Wonderful Life. I suppose I will accept because I do like that movie a lot. But miss me with the normal everyday answers. I want to hear those like thought provokers. I want to hear I want to hear you convince me that a movie like Pluto Nash in 3D is a Christmas movie, and that's why you like to watch it. Matter of fact, because some people have different traditions. What do you put on TV when you're at, or whether it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, whatever day you celebrate, or even during Kwanzaa and Hanukkah? I don't want to. I don't want to leave them out. But over the holidays, what are some things you put on TV? What are some movies, shows? I recently saw a tradition that somebody did, like with their family. They put on CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011. Like that's their Christmas tradition. And I was like, that is so cool. You guys get game. All right. Speaking of John Cena, and this is what I'll say to cap it off, as I'm in the colors that he was for the last time is now his retirement match. Yes, it was this past weekend. Yes, I watched it. And yes, I understand the ending. I I had a feeling he wasn't gonna be part of the new regime when it comes to letting someone in the business retire. I knew he was gonna be as old and traditional and by the book as he showed that he was. I mean, he's still a Vince guy. So I knew he was gonna go out, not necessarily just like looking at the lights, but I knew he was gonna go as a loser. And I mean, that goes into like the one of the biggest questions in the 21st century is like, how do you retire someone who has carried a company for 20 plus years and we have to say goodbye? And it's not like he had the quote unquote perfect opponent or anything like that, because a lot of people went into the nostalgia saying, oh, I want it to be this guy. I want it to be Edge. I want it to be Randy Orton or CM Punk, Batista, Kurt Angle. But Father Time is undefeated. Kurt Angle can't wrestle anymore. Batista's retired and well into his acting career, doing phenomenal, by the way. Edge is in another company. Randy Orton didn't work out in the cards. And John's always been a company guy. He's always been one to continue passing on to the next generation. And look, I get it how a lot of people are saying, hey, Gunther's almost 40. He ain't part of the next generation. No, but the WWE has a certain vision, for lack of a better term, in mind for Gunther as this big bad boss that is practically timeless as a villain. And who better to make him the most hated heel in sports entertainment than the king of sports entertainment, John Cena? And that's why the narrative that they were going with was pro wrestling destroyed sports entertainment. And I mean, the story writes itself. John Cena, for the past 23 years, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. You can't see me. And Gunther makes people tap out. He makes people quit. He makes people give up. And that's exactly what Gunnar did. He made Mr. Never Give Up give up. That's what a lot of people think, but that's not what I think. I think it's kind of like how people are putting the Obi-Wan Kenobi perspective in there, like for the greater good, for the future, it's better to just go into the sunset. And I feel like he didn't have to prove anything. Guys that never seen 17. Who else is going to get there? Realistically, Randy might have one more title run in him. Triple H is retired. Who else is after that? Nobody on the main roster. So that's the end of John Cena's career. And I mean, as a kid who got into wrestling in I think 2009, John Cena was the first face I saw in pro wrestling. John Cena is the first face that got me into pro wrestling. And for years, he's always been my number one. And he always will be. But it is sad because it's like seeing your childhood heroes go away. They're all getting older. AJ is going to retire next year. AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, see ya. But it is a very real part of accepting and getting that closure. And I feel like a lot of people still do not have that closure. And even John Cena said it. You have your closure. You're going to have to do it on the 13th because there's nothing else that's going to go. But thank you, John Cena. Thank you for my childhood. Thank you for helping me love pro wrestling like I do now. So that's going to do it for Let's Talk Movie. As you could tell at the end, we weren't talking movie no more. And you know what they say? We ain't talking what you talking about. You got to end it. Did you understand that? Because I did. But in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and happy holidays. Peace.